So, Game of Thrones Season 8, Episode 2. We're in the final running now, and, there's really not a lot to say about this episode particularly. I mean, it's all well acted and well performed as usual, but the real thing here is to get to see all these characters come together. All these characters come together under one roof, under one banner, united under one cause. After all this time, all these really great characters are finally here together, and it is so damn awesome, man. It is really, really awesome to see all these characters just reunite and just, reconnect. Seeing Jamie with Bran there and apologizing. Of course, this isn't exactly Bran anymore, and I still don't really fully understand that because I'm not familiar with the books or anything like that, but to see things like that, him apologize for that, and to see Brianna get knighted, just there's some really spectacular moments in here to see all these guys come back together, see the last guys from the Crows, to see them all come back from the wall and all come to Winterfell, all these characters in Winterfell, and to have Jon Snow drop that bomb the way he did right before the Night King shows up with his army. It makes me really wonder how this fight's gonna go, and because she seemed really concerned with that news and the fact that he's pretty much entitled to the throne. But it was really great just to have all these conversations, to have all these people get drunk and drink. I have all these people drinking together, Jamie and Tyrion, and to see how Tyrion's really, really valued for his mind. Like, to see that, he used to be the guy that just everybody viewed as a freak, and he was nobody important, and he was the laughing stock of his family, and here he is, right hand to the rightful queen, and I still feel like she's way too concerned about this whole throne thing when there's bigger things going on. That's something about the women in this show and them wanting that damn throne. But all this stuff, man, it's just amazing to see. It's taken forever to get here, and it's finally here. And there's really not anything like pivotal about this episode to speculate about or anything to say truly like that makes it stand out. It's just a bunch of characters talking and reconnecting and reuniting and making amends with each other and finally fighting for the same cause instead of always at each other's throats. To see Jamie come back here before everybody in Winterfell, and to see Brianna stand up for him, and then Lady Sansa, it's just, man. But now, pretty much all the talking's out of the way. Everybody's reconnected. Everybody's, said what they have to say to each other. And there were a lot of beautiful conversations. Like, just almost every conversation in here was just what we needed. I don't know how anybody else, maybe a lot of fans just want to go ahead and get right to the action, but I am really appreciating that they have paced themselves and that they've allowed all these characters to get their moments with each other, that some of these moments have been long overdue, some of these conversations have been long overdue, and Arya finally loses her virginity. There's that. There's what's his name, obsessed with the big woman, and he goes on into that cringeworthy, off-putting speech that just makes everybody uncomfortable. How he talks about defeating a giant and suckling at the giant's wife's tits for 3 months. I just, man, he's got it bad for her. Like, he's really got it bad for her. But I'm wondering how many of these characters are actually going to survive. How many of them are actually going to fall in the very next episode. And we're only 2 episodes in. I think this season's, 8 episodes long? And these episodes are pretty big, almost movie length. So, I just think it's... I'm wondering what Cersei is up to, too, right now. Of course, she's waiting to see the outcome of how all this goes. And I don't know how big this battle's going to be. If it's going to last for several episodes, or if it's going to just take up a single episode, or what exactly is going to happen here. But all these characters, I like all of the ones that are actually included in this episode. And you know, a bunch of them are going to die, and that's going to suck. But comment down below who you think is going to fall the next episode. I'd like to hear it. If you're already got a good strong idea of who's going to die, I would really like to hear it. Because I have no idea. This show's always pretty surprising to me, and that's because I'm unfamiliar with the books. So I'm pretty sure if you're familiar with the books, you can probably see some stuff coming. I didn't particularly notice any foreshadowing in here, per se. But if you did, go ahead and point it out to me. But another solid episode, man. Like a 10 out of 10. I mean, there's really not a lot for me to say. I mean, the episode says it all itself. It's just a beautiful get-together. Big-ass reunion of all these beloved characters. Talking it out. You know, hugging it out. Making amends. Trying to, you know, I guess rebuild the bridges that they've burned. And it all went very, very well. It was all well spoken, well written. The scenes were beautiful, well acted, well portrayed. The music, no gripes for me. 10 out of 10. Like, subscribe, stay awesome, rock on.